Hello everyone, Ladislas Maurice from thewanderinginvestor.com, today in beautiful Nairobi, and I plan on buying 1 or 2 apartments here in Kenya's capital city. And in this video, I'm going to explain why, and we're going to meet up with my agent Pratik, and we're going to go have a look at a few apartments and do all of the numbers in terms of ROI, rental yields, etc. in detail. So look, I understand that Kenya has its fair share of challenges, the biggest one being the high debt burden of the country. Kenya's debt to GDP ratio is almost 80%, which is really high for an emerging market. And debt interest payments by the government represent over 30% of government revenue. So effectively, the country is probably heading into a debt crisis in the next few years. Is this concerning? Yes. But also I'm not too worried about it. One, because I'm gonna try to play it, and I'll explain how a bit later in the video. But overall, because you can find a lot of value here in Kenya in the center of Nairobi. You can find brand new real estate here for about $1,000 a square meter or a bit less than $100 a square foot, which is quite impressive. And the rental yields are high. We're looking at 10 to 12% gross. Because the reality is, even though Kenya has its challenges, a lot of this debt was used to build infrastructure that increased the capacity of the economy here. So a whole train was built, and all of Nairobi now has this like brand new highway, which really changed things for the city. And there's just infrastructure development all over the country. So obviously a lot of it was wasted. I mean, government is government, but overall the capacity of the economy was raised, and it's an economy that's relatively well diversified for African standards. It's got a big services economy, which is growing fast. Its agricultural side of the economy is also quite developed, with a lot of exports to Europe and to the Middle East. Tourism is thriving as well. And generally speaking, Kenya is the hub of East Africa. So whenever big corporates want to expand in East Africa, first thing they do is open headquarters here in Nairobi, which you can see everywhere. All the big companies you can think of, they're all here in Nairobi. They all have expats here, local employees, regional employees. So really Nairobi, you can feel that it's an economic hub. Also, the demographics are very positive compared to the rest of the world, where the fertility rate has essentially gone down below replacement level in most of the world. North America, South America, Europe, East Asia, Southeast Asia, increasingly South Asia as well. But in Africa here, the population is still booming. So as part of a diversified real estate portfolio, having exposure to such booming demographics is definitely something I want to have. So Nairobi Metro currently has a population of 5.5 million people, and by 2050 it's expected to almost double to 10.5 million people. So I want exposure to this at these valuations, at these rental yields, even though I understand that there are challenges, but investing in Africa does not come without challenges. You just need to be able to write it out and be patient. Hello, Pratik, how are you?
Hi, Ladislas, how are you? Good?
Good. Let's go check out some real estate.
All right, cool.
One of the things I really like about Nairobi is how green it is.
Yes, so Nairobi is the city of many rivers and the city under the sun.
When I hear rivers, I think flooding and real estate.
It's not necessarily the case. Again, you have to choose the right development. There are many rivers, but smaller in size.
So how long have you and your family been in real estate here?
We've been in real estate for 15 years and over, and we are also third generation in Kenya.
So where are most of your clients from?
Most of our clients are local or just within this region.
Do you have people from outside of Africa?
Yes, so increasingly there have been a lot of expats that have been coming into Nairobi, and they have also been investing.
So these people, these expats they're buying, where are they from?
There's a mix of different types of expats. There is Americans, Europeans, the rest of Africa, from Asia as well.
And what about diaspora Kenyans?
Yes, many diaspora as well. They are looking to send back money and most importantly invest in Nairobi once they leave the country.
Yeah, because going around, we're checking a bunch of developments together, and a lot of Kenyan Americans are buying here in Nairobi. They're just comparing the returns they get in the US compared to the returns they get here in Nairobi. For them, it's easy to buy here. They understand it. They can have people manage it. They're not worried. They're not scared. So they're investing heavily here back in their country, which is a good sign.
Yes, 100%. They feel confidence as well in investing here, as long as they pick the right investment and like you said, get somebody good to manage it for them as well.
So who built all these new highways?
Chinese, specifically the Chinese have built these highways. There's been an increase in public-private partnership agreements that the government has gotten into, but most of the time we see that it's the Chinese that they're dealing with.
And when you're here in Kenya on these highways, you see all the big brands here. You have Total from France, KPMG headquarters is here. Before that, you Mug and Bean, you had a bunch of South African brands. There's KFC, Burger King, etc. So it's usually the first step of an international company's foray into Africa, excluding South Africa, is typically Kenya.
Yes, we see that a lot, and increasingly over the last number of years. I mean, if you see the number of KFCs that have set up, it's quite a huge number, and it looks like it's going to keep on growing as we go along.
So here you can see a lot of real estate developments, billboards. EcoBank is here. It's a big West African bank. Look, just greenery everywhere. It's a really pleasant city. I lived in Africa for 7 years, so 4 years in South Africa, 3 years in Ghana. I traveled all over the continent, and I can tell you when it comes to quality of life, Nairobi is absolutely up there.
We'll see what actually people are interested in apartments, which is more like the amenities and things like that. Later we'll go and see the individual units, talk a bit about the numbers as well. So I mean, as you can see, there's quite a few good spaces here. Pool tables, relaxation areas, table tennis, mini co-working kind of area, and all fully kitted out. This is where people like to hang out, do some work. There's a nice bar area kind of thing here.
And this is what people are looking for in rentals these days.
Yes, and developers are also offering the same. So as you can see here, we've got a fully kitted gym. We've then got a heated pool on this side. It's heated to a nice temperature. I mean, this is all you could want in a set of apartments.
Yeah, very nice. The swimming pool's very nice. The water's warm. I really understand why people would want to live here. And there's also a play area for children.
Yes, always. So this is the children's play area and has got quite a few entertaining modules or nodes in it. And this is pretty standard in most new developments in Nairobi.
Look, I mean, this is one of the reasons I like investing here. Booming demographics, people have children, people value these things. Most people that live here, a lot of them have children, especially the 2-bedroom units. A lot of them have nannies. They come here during the day, entertain the kids. And it's effectively a standard product offering for such type of developments in Nairobi, correct?
Yes, it is expected.
You'll see the apartments. They're really nice for ridiculously low price points and all of these amenities. So let's go check it out.
So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment valued at about 11.5 million Kenyan shillings, which works out roughly to US dollars 88,500.
Cool. So 88K gets you a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment with these finishings that are honestly quite nice. There's really nothing much to say about this. Square meters?
So square meters gross is 121 square meters.
Cool. So it's really important for foreign investors to understand when they invest in Kenyan real estate that all the figures are gross. So it includes not only the walls, but also a share of the common area.
Yes.
So you need to, use a bit of a factor here. We're going to use, I guess, about 20% to remove to get to an estimated net.
Yes.
If we really wanted net, we'd have to measure it, but no one really does this in this market. That's not how the market operates.
Yeah, it's based on gross value.
Yeah. So if you were going to do net, taking about 20% off, you're looking just to compare with other cities in the world.
Yeah.
Not that it's relevant to this market, but just to get an overall impression of value, you're looking at what?
About 95 square meters. So in terms of values, it's working out to be just over 900 per square meter. Mm-hmm. And in terms of square feet, just over 85 per square feet in terms of US dollars.
Closing costs here are roughly 6.5%.
Yes.
How much should I expect in terms of rental income from this if I were to buy this?
So from this unit, about 100,000 shillings per month. That equates to about just over 750 US dollars per month.
So let's say, Pratik, I buy this apartment and I hand it over to your family agency to do all the property management and to take care of everything. So the rent is clear. What is your fee for finding tenants?
So the fee usually in Kenya is about 1 month's rental as commission, but this is on average about every 18 months or so.
Okay, so
Yeah?
people don't just stay 1 year and they stay a bit longer.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And the leases are typically 1-year leases, 2-year leases? Because I heard of people signing 3-year leases.
So it's open, again, on the tenant's discretion, but usually more than 1 year is what the lease would be.
What about your property management fee for collecting rent and making sure things are fine?
So for a full service, where it's all included, it's around 6.5%.
And what about the HOA or service charge to take care of the swimming pool, the elevators, just everything?
So for this particular 2-bed unit, it works out to be about 8,000 Kenyan shillings per month.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, this is really not much at all. It's like $55, $60 for all these amenities, and it includes the property tax in there, right?
Yes, yes. And on top of that, there are a few incidental costs that you need to take care of.
If there's a leak or whatever.
Yes.
So essentially this gets us to a net yield pre-tax of almost 7%.
Yes, almost
So-
7%.
If, Pratik, if I task you with finding such investments, is it relatively easy for you to find? Can you find something like that?
I mean, as you've seen in Nairobi, it's almost everywhere. And yes, quite easy for us to get an investment and to match somebody's needs, especially in this city.
Cool, and now we're gonna check out the 1-bedroom, and apparently the yield is even higher on that one.
Yes, high on that one.
All right, let's go check it out.
So this is the 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, the same development. And this apartment gross, in terms of gross square meters, is 76. And that works out to be about 55 in net terms.
And the price?
Price is 8 million shillings. And in US dollars, that's about 61,000, just over 61,000 US dollars.
So $60,000 gets you a pretty nice 1-bedroom with heated swimming pool, full amenities. I mean, a nice view. This is objectively a nice view. It's never going to get blocked. There's, buildings here that are not going to get destroyed.
Yes.
So this is interesting. So how much would the rent be for this?
So for this 1-bedroom unit, we're looking at about 75,000 shillings per month.
And how easy is it to find tenants? Like how fast is it? Yeah.
You can find tenants very quickly. I mean, these are rapidly urbanizing areas of Nairobi, and people are looking to move into these areas almost every single day.
In the numbers, we put an occupancy rate of 95% to get to real net numbers. So using essentially the same metrics and slightly lower service charges or HOA, we're getting to net yield here of almost 8% pre-tax, which is really interesting for such an affordable place in a booming city. You have to get used to the quirks of emerging market investing.
Yes.
For whatever reason, I don't know if it's cultural or not, the sink is not in the bathroom. The sink is here. So I don't know, you emerge from the shower and you go brush your teeth and put your makeup and whatever here. Is this common?
So you will find it in a couple of developments. Very interesting, but I mean, it's not stopping tenancy rates.
It's not.
So
I've seen a few developments with this. Even 2-bedroom apartments where one of the bedrooms has their sink almost in the living room. So look, there's enough choice that you don't have to buy this. But even if you do, it doesn't seem to be an issue for the local market. Yes. Yeah, if you're trying to get expats, that probably won't fly. But I mean, there's enough local demand.
Yes.
So who's the target market for like a building like this?
Building like this, I mean, it could be anybody, but mostly locals. Mm-hmm. They would want to move into this. And, in terms of the rent being affordable as well, that's mostly the market we would target.
Yeah, cool, fantastic. All right, let's go check out the next development.
Sure. So, Ladislas, we just saw a completed development. Now I'm going to take you to an off-plan development, which is under construction.
So tell me about this neighborhood. So it's in the same neighborhood, Kileleshwa. Just tell me about the area.
So like I said, it's rapidly urbanizing. There are many developments coming up. It's still got green areas and many people want to move to this area. There are a lot of corporates here. A lot of companies have set up. So a really prime neighborhood in Nairobi.
Cool, but it's not prime, it's just kind of prime.
Yes, kind of prime. There is still other neighborhoods that would go into that prime region.
There's a lot of liquidity in this neighborhood. People are constantly moving moving here, etc. It's growing fast. I mean, there's a lot of construction. So can you tell us, Pratik, about the tax situation? Because when you look online, the withholding tax on non-resident individuals buying here is pretty high.
So we don't see that as much of a deterrent in terms of investors in this country. You know, on top of that, we're here to help everyone and guide them through the process. Like I said, not much of a deterrent when investing in Kenya.
Yeah, like I've talked to a number of foreign investors here. No one seems to be worried.
Yes, the outlook is good. Things are fine.
So Pratik, tell me about the payment plans for these off-plan properties.
So usually your payment plan is over 2.5, maybe 3 years, with probably a percentage down payment required initially.
And this is essentially the way I see it, because I mean, there are properties that are priced in US dollars, other properties that are priced in shillings. I like the ones that are priced in shillings because I'm getting essentially a fixed mortgage in many ways. I'm getting to short the Kenyan shilling. I'm of the view that in the next 2 to 3 years, we'll probably see a devaluation of some sort of the Kenyan shilling. Right now, as of the day that we're recording this video, it's about 130 to the dollar.
Correct.
But back in February, it went down to 160.
Yes. So I mean, towards about a year and a half ago, we were at 105 probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of stabilized. But I mean, the devaluation is a possibility, yes.
Yeah. So I think it will happen. I'm not buying because I think it'll happen. I just see the payment plan over 2 to 3 years fixed in shilling as a nice call option on a potential devaluation. If it happens, then fantastic. My last payments will be a lot cheaper.
Yes, agreed. Lakini council, kanjo watakuwa sawa?
No problem. Tunaona ile hizo zote ni
I didn't know you spoke Swahili.
Yes.
Do you speak it fluently?
Yeah, so we can have conversations with anybody.
How did you learn it?
Just growing up, it comes naturally. And to do business, obviously, you've got to make your way as well. So Ladislas, this is an off-plan project that we have got current investors in, and we usually send our clients to this. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom worth 8.8 million Kenyan shillings, roughly around 68,000 US dollars. And in terms of gross square meters, it works out to be about 86.
So it's like really small. I'm not too sure, maybe 60 square meters net, something like that, but
Yes.
super efficient.
Yes.
2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in there. And what about rental returns?
So rental return is probably about 85,000 shillings.
So in the end, we'd end up with like net returns that are fairly similar to the other units.
Fairly similar. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. And the amenities?
So the amenities, they are going to have a swimming pool, gym, social area, just the usual that they're now providing in Kenya. But what's different about this is you can add a smart home component on top of it for about 2,000 US dollars, which will then control the entire house through Alexa and Google.
Cool. So, obviously this would be without the furniture.
Yes.
This is a little odd. I saw this in a few places.
The sliding doors.
I asked one of the developers. He said that half of people ask for these for the separation between the living room and the kitchen, and half ask for it to be removed. So I guess it's very cultural, depending on which ethnic groups or wherever people are from, the type of cooking they do, and all that they ask for this. Okay. And there's also a 1-bedroom.
Yes, which is here. So Ladislas, this is now the 1-bedroom component. It's about 61 meters squared gross, and it's going for about 7 million shillings, which is equivalent to just over 53,000 US dollars.
This is not bad for $50,000. Okay.
Yes, very good investment.
Look, and this is the sort of thing that you need to watch out here in Nairobi. There's a lot of construction. It's pretty easy to get a building permit, and neighbors will not hesitate to build. So you see this here, the view is nice and green. There's like a house, etc., etc. In my mind, if I buy this, I'm pretty sure that within 5 years, there's going to be a big building with also about a 5 meters. So you'll be about like 10 meters away from another building. I think this is fairly likely.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. You just need to be aware of this, that it's likely or you need to find to get units that have an unblocked view where you're sure, like the other one,
Yes.
that one bedroom, that one was really nice, where you know they're not going to build in front.
So higher floors.
Yeah, higher floors. Cool, fantastic, and similar returns as the other one.
Yes, similar returns. So Ladislas, now I'll take you to a sort of higher-end development. Egyptian and Turkish developers have constructed this, and you can now see the contrast of difference between where we went before. In terms of the range of developers in Kenya, you've got the Chinese, you've got the Indian heritage, you've got the Somalis who have come in, you've also got Egyptians, Turkish, from Eritrea, Singapore. So there's a whole mix of developers that have now come in and are very interested in the Kenyan market.
The real estate industry here is very, very active, and they each have their own reputation, right? Like I notice when I speak to people, they're like, oh, this is Indian, oh, this is Eritrean, oh, this is Somali. And it just, if they say that, it implies something each time.
Yes, so I mean, you're looking at how the quality of finishing is, and you know how long the apartments will last for and things like that. But yes, there is a sort of implication every time, or every different ethnicity of developer.
And this development we're going to see is in which neighborhood?
We're still in the Kilimani, Kileleshwa area, which is like before. Again, rapid urbanization and premium developments as well.
But a bit closer to the center, that one, right?
A bit closer, yes. All right, so Ladislas, this is an apartment. Actually, my family and I personally bought a unit in, a one-bedroom unit. And we chose it because of the reputation of the developer. We are interested in higher-end finishing. And we came to a decision that this was the unit for us.
When is it going to be complete?
End of this year, 3 months, so almost finished. As you can see around us, works are still ongoing, but most of the units are actually done. Cool.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. So Ladislas, this unit here is worth US dollars 81,000, equivalent to about 10.5 million Kenyan shillings.
So it's priced in USD.
Yes, you do get those units in Nairobi that are priced in USD. The monthly rental here, including service charge, is about 85,000 shillings, including, as I said, including service charge. And that yield works out to be just under 7%.
So net yield.
Net,
before income
yes.
tax. Look, it's probably about 30% more expensive per square meter compared to the Chinese development. How can you explain this?
So mainly it's just the finishing. I mean, you get good solid doors, you get granite kitchen countertops, you get Bosch appliances, you get a heat pump, you get tiling everywhere, the flooring is good quality. Yeah. And I think personally from our point of view, this is why we chose this unit to invest in. The gross square meters is 54, which makes it a bit more expensive per square meter. But you do get all the nice finishings and the top quality, which makes it a valuable investment.
Yeah, so you can definitely tell the difference. And can you talk about the amenities as well?
So more amenities than usual. You've got a heated swimming pool, you've got a basketball court, steam, sauna, social hall, a walking track as well, which is a few more amenities than what you would usually get.
I am going to buy one or a few apartments here in Nairobi. I'm still not sure exactly which ones. Pratik is taking me around. We're checking a whole bunch of developments. I'm going to make a decision in the next few days. I know some relatives of mine are also going to buy something here. I understand Kenya has its challenges, just as I discussed earlier, but I'm comfortable with these challenges. When I'm paying, these prices for city center real estate with very decent finishings, all these amenities, right next to the heart of the city, in a city that has booming demographics, and at the same time I'm paying high rental yields, I just see very little downside in such an investment for the amount of diversification that it provides me with in my own portfolio. So I really like the idea of investing here. So yeah, thanks a lot for showing me around. I wrote a whole article on the real estate investment market here in Nairobi, the neighborhoods that are interesting, the neighborhoods that you should avoid, some things you should be aware of before investing here. So there's a link below. And if you want to get in touch with Pratik, he and his family business, they can help you find the right investment properties, deal with regulatory issues, do the property management, etc., remit the money back to your country. So everything from A to Z.
Yes, 100%. Hopefully we get you the perfect unit.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you, Pratik. Make sure to download my free ebook, 12 Mistakes to Avoid When Investing in International Real Estate, which you can find on my website, link below. And feel free to follow me on Instagram @TheWandering Investor. I look forward to hearing from you.